Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Well, hello, friends. I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm the Riz.
And, you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct.
Yes.
And you know where we can combine that?
Yes.
On the Wrestling Man.
That's right.
I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Grind City.
Who's a grinder? I'm a grinder. Show me grinders. If you're grinding, who's a grinder? I'm a grinder. Show me grinders. If you're grinding,
if you want this, then come get it. See the plug and the outlet. Line with all the outfits. From the north to the south, always rocking all the flash shit. From the east to the west, independent represent, screaming grinders. New empire aim to inspire network. Think higher, unite with this power. I'm more, so we do more. Foundation is solid. TV, mag, radio, and more. So show me who's a grinder.
I'm a grinder. Show me grinders. If you're grinding, who's a grinder? I'm a grinder. Show me grinders. If you're grinding.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Well, hello, friends. I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm the Riz.
And, you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. And you know where we can combine that?
Yes.
On the Wrestling Man.
That's right.
I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Grind City.
Who's a grinder? I'm a grinder. Show me grinders. If you're grinding, who's a grinder? I'm a grinder. Show me grinders.
grinding. If you want this, then come get it. See the plug and the outlet, line with all the outfits. From the north to the south, always rocking all the fly shit. From the east to the west, independent represent, screaming grinders. New empire aim to inspire network. Think higher, unite with this power. I'm more, so we do more. Foundation is solid. TV, mag, radio, and more. So show me who's a grinder. I'm a grinder. Show me grinders. If you're grinding, who's a grinder? I'm a grinder. Show me grinders. If you're grinding.
Hello, I am the True Principal, and I'm here to break down the unique history between Gabble David Lawless and Reese Hayes ahead of their upcoming 60-minute Ironman match this week on Thursday Night Fights. While David Lawless has always been a thorn on the side of Reese Hayes, costing him multiple matches in the past, you'll be surprised to find out that David Lawless has never actually defeated Reese Hayes at 880 Wrestling. At Casey Ward's Retribution last August, we saw the first ever meeting between Reese Hayes and David Lawless at 880 Wrestling. And in that match, Reese Hayes picked up his first official win of his professional wrestling career by defeating the Gabble David Lawless. In September, at Brohemoth's End of Summer Bash, once again it was Reese Hayes who was able to pick up the win over David Lawless. In October, at the 880 Wrestling World Series, it was the Dangerous Knights Crew versus Team 880, and in Game 7 of the World Series, everything came down to Reese Hayes versus David Lawless. And it was Reese Hayes who brought home the win and won the World Series for Team 880. In December, at Brandon St. James' Unholy Holiday, we saw the final meeting between Reese Hayes and David Lawless today. And in that match, we saw a new aggressive side of Reese, which led to him getting the win when Gianni, Michael, and Rico had to throw in the towel to save David Lawless from the beating. So in all 4 matches that they've competed in against each other, Reese Hayes ended up victorious every single time. But you can never count out the crafty veteran David Lawless and the Dangerous Knights Crew, who always have a few tricks up their sleeves. Tune in this Thursday, streaming live on IndyWrestling.us to see these two warriors face off against each other in an epic 60-minute Ironman match, as we find out if history will repeat itself and Reese Hayes will be victorious, or if the Gabble David Lawless can finally overcome his greatest nemesis at 880 Wrestling and defeat Reese Hayes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 880 Wrestling. Welcome to Thursday Night Fights. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Sidekick Media Productions, live on IndyWrestling.us, YouTube, and Twitch. Tonight on sound, everybody drop the hoorah for Big Jim Fridge. And on commentary this evening, giving color to the booth, ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Ray Kendrick. His tag team partner for the evening, mine and everyone's favorite, Toddy.
Hello, everybody. Happy
The man who
Ironman.
leads you through the journey this evening, Mr. Toddy Tondera. And your referee for this evening, Mr. George Ross.
Welcome, everybody, once again.
And I am
to
your humble and
Thursday
grateful
Night
host,
Fights.
Matt Flash.
Special agent.
We head
Matt
to our
Flash.
sole bout of the evening. It is an Iron Man match.
Starting things off here, once again, this is 880 Wrestling's Thursday Night Fights. I am Toddy Tondera. Thank you for tuning in. Chat rats, make your presence known in the chat. We are on YouTube, Twitch, IndyWrestling.us, and TikTok. Iron Man match.
We're getting things started off with a bang here with the gavel, David Lawless.
And it is TRK all day, every day. Tyler Ray Kendrick joining me for the first time in the commentary booth. Thank you for joining me, Tyler.
Oh, such a pleasure to be here, Toddy. Watching two of the best that 880 Wrestling has to offer go at it in an Iron Man match. I'm the lucky one here today.
Yeah, thank you for being a part of the ride, of course. Early days in Thursday Night Fights history for you historians. Tyler Ray Kendrick did some ring announcing for us in the early days, but brought him back for a very special night. 60 minutes, one match. Reese Hayes, David Lawless tonight. And here comes our baby face hero, the longest reigning 880 champion of all time. It is amateur wrestler Reese Hayes.
And there's nothing amateur about him. Amateur only by name. Look, he's got the swag. He's got the charisma. His arms are already up. He's ready to go. And I'm ready to go for him. Let's just say he's ready to go the distance.
Of course, wearing that windbreaker from Brick Body Kids. Whoever owns Brick Body Kids, I have no idea.
Love
but
that place.
Yeah, love Brick Body Kids. At Brick Body Kids on Instagram. But Reese Hayes, as we mentioned before, the longest reigning 880 champion. Unfortunately, in recent months, he's had some issues with the Black Sheep, Nix Wild. His former stablemate, Nix Wild, forced Reese Hayes to lose the 880 championship, now held by Remy LeVay. And it's been a cold streak for Reese ever since, and he's back for Iron Man match day. Oh, some guy named John is passing out books in the audience, which I guess I was not informed
Ladies
of.
and gentlemen, this is an Iron Man match. Introducing first, standing 6'2" tall, he weighed in at 249 pounds. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he is a former 880 wrestling champion, representing the Dangerous Knights crew, the Gavel, David Lawless Esquire!
The Gavel, David Lawless Esquire, the leader of the Dangerous
His
Knights
opponent.
crew.
He stands 5'5" tall, weighed in at 175 pounds. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, presenting the former and longest reigning 880 wrestling champion, amateur wrestler Reese Hayes.
Wow, that's a mouthful for the lyrical gangster up there.
He's got a lot going on. And
Yeah.
hey, praise to him. Reese is that guy. Rocking the orange, black, and white, reminiscent of the...
We went over the rules in the back. For transparency's sake, here we go. This is a 60-minute Iron Man match. Now, what that means is that at the end of the 60-minute time period, whichever competitor has scored the most decisions is the winner. What constitutes a decision will be a pinfall, a submission, if you can't answer a standing 10 count, countouts, or disqualifications. If you exit the ring or are thrown out, you have a 10 count to get back in, or a fall will be counted for your opponent. No low blows, no ear pulling, no hair pulling. No use of foreign objects. All disqualifications count towards your opponent as well. Do we agree? Yeah. All right, gentlemen to your corners, let's have a good, clean fight.
All right.
George laying down the law.
I was going to say, referee George Ross, first time on a microphone. Big fight feel. Thank you, everybody in the chat.
It's a big night here at Dottie Block.
Ringing the bell is Big Jim Fridge, and you heard what referee George Ross had to say.
Testing out those ropes early.
Decisions count for 1 point. Pinfall, submission, count out anything at the referee's discretion. Every fall counts for 1 point, and whoever has the most points at the end of 60 minutes will be declared the winner of this Iron Man match.
Test of might here early. The early lockup. Just to see where each other, testing the waters, dipping their toes in.
Test of strength. You're kind of a muscular guy, low-key.
That's what I do, baby.
Low-key kind of muscular guy.
I like to hide it unless we take the shirt off. And then
Sure.
Sell it.
But, of course, some history between these two. Amateur wrestler Reese Hayes started professional wrestling here at 880 Wrestling. Learned under the tutelage of MV
Young.
He's
flexing early. That's what the people like to see with Reese. Flexing early.
Against David Lawless. Now, David Lawless has been a veteran of the industry for many years. David Lawless being a former 880 champion. Reese Hayes also being a former 880 champion.
A lot of experience in this ring tonight.
Now, Reese Hayes is always our underdog here. Amateur wrestler Reese Hayes started his career with a losing streak. His first win of his career, Tyler, was against the man across the ring from him, David Lawless.
That was a big night. You could feel the eruption and the excitement all the way into the city of Pittsburgh out here from New Kensington.
David Lawless likes to say there would be no amateur wrestler Reese Hayes without a David Lawless because, again, David Lawless lost in Reese's first victory. Now, the interesting history with Reese Hayes is the fact is not only he's been our underdog, but he started his career losing a bunch of matches. Then, fortunately, he was able to get hot, win a bunch of matches, and every match he's had against David Lawless, he's been the victor in that match. So, likely case here that David Lawless wanted his comeuppance once and for all. The Dangerous Knights crew is collapsing, and David Lawless wanted to put himself back on the map, Tyler.
Let's see if he could do it solo, because, with every great stable, they usually surrounded. And he's showing the people why. Test of strength.
Suplex over. Now in the fourth meeting with Reese Hayes and David Lawless back in December, it was the only victory by Reese Hayes that wasn't by pinfall. His stablemate, Gianni Michael Enrico, threw in the towel, and Reese Hayes was declared the winner by TKO victory.
No towels tonight. So we're going to have to see what David Lawless is made of, if he can actually pull through. You noticed they mentioned the size of the two tonight. Mm-hmm. I've witnessed the pure strength of Reese Hayes up close. So just because they're difference in size doesn't mean there's a lot of strength coming off that man.
Yeah, a little bit of tail of the tape. David Lawless, 6'1", 240. Reese Hayes, 5'5", 175. Now, that left knee, much like my own left knee, Tyler, is a little bit of a serious case there for David Lawless. Has some issues with that knee in the past. I know in past matches between Reese Hayes and David Lawless, Reese kind of attacked that knee. We've yet to see that here early going.
Mm-hmm. And these are Iron Man matches. It's war of attrition. War of attrition. It's a long match. Maybe it's up Reese's sleeve when he needs it most.
It's all about that war of attrition. It's all about that stamina. 55 minutes to crown a winner. Whoever has the most pinfall, submissions, or ref decisions here. Could be only one in. Let's see who's in the chat tonight. Embly's in there. WrestleRoni Plus is in there. Crazy Wolf. Prof Pod PGH. Shin Somatics says, let's go, baby. But make yourself known if you're in that chat here.
Early kick to the face. Headlock takeover with authority.
And the thing that we always talk about with David Lawless, because David Lawless is, in his own way, a charismatic figure, a dictator of some sorts. He calls himself the self-proclaimed greatest attorney in professional wrestling. What we don't talk about a lot, Tyler, is how big of a guy David Lawless is.
It's a big man. It's a big man. Not only in stature, but personality-wise.
Yeah.
He's given the world plenty of his business cards. And you don't just earn Esquire for nothing.
Those business cards have been thrown all around 880 Wrestling. If you've ever been here, you've known David Lawless throwing those business cards everywhere around. And they are legit. He is a legit attorney. Bounce against the ropes here. Oh, look at this for a quick ball here. 2. So far we are 0-0 in our Iron Man match, and Reese Hayes is going to take a break here.
Collecting himself.
Now, his confidence has been shaken. He had that legendary 880 championship title reign, stabbed in the back by Nick's Wild. The Black Hand Society has been raining their dark cloud over all of us. And Reese Hayes has been absent in recent months, and I'll tell you what, this is his first match back. So, Tyler, I don't know, what it's like having your first match back, and it's for an hour against a veteran like David Lawless?
Got to come out with a bang. Take your time, collect yourself, meditate. Think of your next move, and then show the people what you've been waiting for. He's locking in now, going back to the drawing board.
Now, Tyler, do you think Reese Hayes has a bit of ring rust from being out that long?
He's looking sharp early. It might mentally
he's
there, but he might need to. Maybe he's waking back up. Let's see how he answers back here.
He hasn't been seen around the T2T Pittsburgh school in quite a while as Reese Hayes.
Coming
one
back.
way, I was going to say, what's one way to get your confidence back is a win against one of his biggest rivals, David Lawless. And as we talked about before, David Lawless said there would be no Reese Hayes without David Lawless.
Bold statement.
Like have him in a little alligator roll here.
Maybe he's going to try and wear him down a little bit.
Quite possibly. I know Reese Hayes could jump around like a jumping bean quite often, but working on the appendages of your opponent in an Iron Man match would probably be wise. You've talked about it before. It's all about stamina. I just want to know if that knee is going to come to play for David Lawless.
There we go.
Dior Castro in the chat. Heads up at Dior Castro. Special no welcome back to Dior Castro. He interfered with MV Young the other night. I thought we buried him in a coffin, but apparently
I could have sworn, yeah.
Did you not see him being taken out by Druids here?
I did, and it was a pleasure to watch.
Yeah. So I guess he's back from the dead. Lonnie from Medina Art Media in the chat said, let's go, Reese. You can hear the audience here on Dottie Block and how they feel.
It's rocking in here with Lawless Sucks.
We like to call the people on the curb the smoking section. TR, the underboss of 880 Wrestling, putting out a chair there for the smoking section.
Holding it down.
Weird-ass Corey Futuristics out there, too. Thank you for coming, Corey Futuristic. Corey's up here a lot, to be honest with you. Thank you, Corey, for coming. Working on that Marvel Universe arm, I think, of David Lawless.
It's going to take an infinity gauntlet to get through this match for David Lawless.
Wrenching that arm out now of Reese Hayes. And we were talking about before, Reese Hayes trying to slow the momentum down of David Lawless. Bridging out of that one, super pretty.
Oh,
and over the
that's
shoulder.
That's what the people want to see. That's what, yes.
There's that confidence, right?
All part of it, yep. Gaining confidence, piece by piece, putting it together. Pounding his chest. That's what we like to see, baby. Get the people going. You get the people on your side early,
they'll stay with you.
They still with you.
They'll stay with you. Again, the last time we saw these two in the ring, Reese Hayes won by technical submission About 14 to 16 Saito suplexes forced Gianni to throw in the towel. With Gianni not out there, I saw Reese before slowing the pace down, but if I was Reese, I would quicken it up. Again, I mean, there's a bad wheel on David Lawless. He's not one to jump around and do too many things. But the veteran prowess. Oh, there we go. Shoulders down. 2. Again, the post pinfalls or submissions in an hour will win this match for you on Thursday Night Fights. This is Tyler Ray Kendrick, Toddy Tondera.
Collecting himself.
I bet so. Of course, David Lawless will be a part of Enjoy's Taco Mania coming up here September 1st.
Love Taco Mania.
And they're with Pastor CeeLo, of all pastors.
Oof, love him.
What do you like on your taco?
I'm a traditional cilantro, white onion, maybe green salsa guy.
Okay. Little shady side taco?
Yeah. Traditional.
Yeah.
But I can get down with, 3 cheese, shredded, sour cream, the American way.
Yeah, I was going to say a little American way.
What
Went down to West Virginia for a show once upon a time, and I went to this taco place, this burrito place, and that's what I wanted. That your what you wanted for your number one is kind of what I was looking for, kind of like that vibe. And I was like, what all comes on it? And they were like, giant eagle, shredded cheese, iceberg lettuce, tomatoes, and I was like, yo, dude. And I went on to have the worst burrito I've ever publicly had. Now, I've made ones as bad as that, but I'm saying publicly paying for one. It was
That's
the worst
that white
burrito
people
ever.
taco night.
Yeah, that is, dude.
The white people taco night.
I think so. Yes. Locking up in the ring. Oh, there's those flash pins that we know that Reese Hayes is all about. That's how a lot of his victories come across. It's backslide here.
Backslide. Just barely getting out of it.
And when Reese goes into this next gear, getting a pinfall here, 2.
2.
Just a 2 count. You hear that rumble in the room, Tyler, if we're ever so familiar with here on Dottie Block.
Oh, yeah. Show it off. Show it off, Mr. Reese Hayes.
Guess who's walking one out now? David Lawless, Esquire.
These kids are letting them hear it.
Tupac family here as every week. Aaron Woods family here.
Tupac family in the house. Shout out to Tupac family.
Return of CL's little brother. Return of CL's little brother. Can't be understated.
Whole crew's here to see this Iron Man match.
13 minutes down, about 47 minutes to go. Pinfall or submission or referee's decision.
Here we go.
Get up here.
He's up to something.
He certainly is. Push against the ropes here.
Ooh.
Oh, grabbing onto the top rope. Big boot to the face.
Very cheeky. Oh! Showing off that athleticism.
There we go. 2. Ooh. Just a 2 count. Yeah, see, when the quickness builds up behind Reese Hayes, David Lawless gets out of dodge.
No timeouts. No timeouts, Gavel.
Photo Christopher down there. Thank you, Photo Christopher.
Photo Christopher in the house.
Got a lot of photos in the house. We got Scotty Swemba in the house. We got Photo Murphy in the house. Thank you for always being a part of 880 Wrestling. Who's in the chat? We got Orlando Connor from saying I'm from Pennsylvania. Creighton Heights is in here. Rested in Lethal. A lot of positive talk here. Keep your comments coming. We're right in front of them. Tyler Ray Kendrick up here with Toddy Tondera.
That's right, baby.
TRK all day, every day. Oh. Big shoulder tackle down. Quick cover. Just a 2 count. And gets right back to it there, Tyler. As soon as he got the upper hand, he wanted to make sure that he
put on top of each other, not giving each other an inch.
Putting his proverbial foot on the proverbial neck of Reese Hayes. Still 0-0. Production up here cheering along with Reese. We got young Sadie in the crowd with the yellow Reese shirt. Deep arm drag there.
Deep arm.
It's a big dude to be thrown around.
It is. Keep that on. Keep it snug on the body. Keep it snug. Work that bad boy.
So, Tyler, you've spent some time training at professional wrestling.
And I'm taking shoulder tackles from both of these men.
Yeah, what would be your advice for somebody walking into an Iron Man match? What would you do if you were in an Iron Man match?
As a wrestler?
Yes, as a wrestler.
Ahead of time, work on cardio. Cardio's a big part. I can't stress that enough. Also, making sure you're in great shape. It's the war of attrition. You know, you're going to take bumps from all over the place. You're going to take hits. You just got to prepare for battle.
Let's talk about preparing for battle. Head scissors takeover sends David Lawless to the audience here.
Here we go. Big move out of here.
Oh, slide tackle attempt. Nothing in the pool for amateur wrestler Reese Hayes. Blocking. And we're fighting out here in the audience like we usually do, Tyler.
Slugging it out.
There's going to be a lot of times where it's not pretty in this matchup because these boys are just clubbing each other for an hour. Bathroom that way.
Bathroom that way, head smash this way.
Now we've seen amateur wrestler Reese Hayes earn his keep here in battles with the Black Hand Society, battles with Brooklyn, battles with Cleveland, and many of those affairs have dumped out into our arena and our block. I remember one match in particular, Beastman and Reese Hayes. Reese Hayes was getting thrown into those walls, and he knows this atmosphere well. Drop, toe hold. David Lawless smacking his head off those super heavy wooden stairs.
I have tripped going up those stairs before, and I have skinned my knee.
We all have.
So taking a face full of those stairs has got to be painful.
Into the wall, yes, says Embley. Lonnie says, wearing my Reese shirt right now. Lonnie said, Toddy versus some guy named John street fight next. Well, information for you. So some guy named John actually gave me $16.
I saw it.
Yeah, $16 in person.
All in ones.
So at some point in this match, some guy named John is going to jump on commentary because he paid me $16 to talk about his new book, The Empty Tag Rope. So professional wrestler and author, some guy named John will be here a little bit later, Tyler. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. It's okay.
Up on the top rope. Oh, cutting him down to size is David Lawless.
Veteran move right there. That's why they call it a high-risk maneuver going up there. It's a high risk. Your opponent can counter.
We're only 18 minutes in, and everybody's beaten and sweaty.
They're working hard in there. They're working hard.
From the second rope, David Lawless looks like to be attempting a suplex here. Oh, falling off after that big headbutt. Here we go, some momentum.
I felt that. Capitalize, baby. Let's go.
Up the
Let's
top
go.
rope.
Oh!
There we go. Get some energy into this room.
Capitalize. Let's go. Let's go.
Almost fall
Making
number
them
one.
earn it. Making them earn it.
It is still 0-0. Again, the most pinfalls, submissions, or victories in this hour. After the time limit expires, we will crown the winner of our first ever Iron Man match here at 880 Wrestling. There's some very anti-Lawless stuff going on in the chat, so thank you for that, all chat rats. Oh, well, that's why.
That's why. That's what he does.
To the Reese's PCs attacks David Lawless.
Those aren't going to be served on Halloween.
I don't think so. Oh! Big elbow shot to the back, lower neck area. Of course, David Lawless.
Dropping the gavel.
Dropping the gavel here, as Tyler says. Again, the history between these two men. The first showdown was Reese's first ever professional wrestling victory. The second time, Reese was caught with a cutter, but took too much time, was David Lawless And unfortunately for him, and fortunately for us, he was able to get rolled up in a crucifix. So Reese won the first 2 matches. The third match, Reese attacked that knee, attacked that leg brace, and was able to win last year's World Series over a defeat from David Lawless. So 3-0 over David Lawless. And, of course, our last one, as we talked about, Gianni threw in that towel. So David Lawless is, in fact, hasn't got a victory against Reese. So David Lawless being the underdog, being all what's happened in the Dangerous Knights crew. Frank totally disappearing to get himself back on the mat here at 880 Wrestling. To David Lawless.
Just kicking out.
Needs a victory.
David Lawless in disbelief.
If anything has proven to be true, it is amateur wrestler Reese Hayes does know David Lawless's weakness. I don't know that anybody else is 4-0 against Lawless in wrestling. It's hard to be.
He's got the magic touch.
Elbow to the gut there. Shot down. Oh, cutting him off at the pass there, Tyler. Oh, swinging neck breaker.
Devastating. Devastating.
2.
Not enough. Not enough
count.
to keep him down.
We see some version of a sliding cutter that he likes to call guilty as charged. This is awesome, and we're only...
This is awesome, champ.
What's the opposite of 38? We're that many minutes in. 32? Or 28?
22.
Jesus Christ.
This is why we're on commentary and not teaching a math class.
Yeah, 22 minutes in. Associate degree at a fake art college. I don't know what else to tell you.
IUP dropout here.
Oh, okay. That might actually be funnier. That might actually be funnier. I hear that's a big party school, right?
Yes, IUP, I usually party, and I definitely party.
Yeah, cool. This is real, by the way. Department of Jocks, DOJ, the new jocks that have been here. I'm not going to say who, but somebody in the Department of Jocks went to West Virginia University for 2 weeks, and they didn't apply or anything. They lived at the dorms and went to class.
What a story.
And foot on the ropes, just a tippy-top foot on the ropes, or we were going to have our first pinfall.
That's all it takes.
Just the tippy of Reese's boot is why we are still at 0-0, and David Lawless did not get a win there. I always talk about, like, punk rock, and, like, people talk about, like, oh, that's definitely punk. That's definitely, like, all punks look up to that. I'm not much of a jock, but in jockdom, if I knew another jock that went to West Virginia for 2 weeks and partied and went to class and not paying anything or officially be enrolled, as a jock, I would be like, that's top jock
That's
stuff.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's top jock stuff.
That's pretty impressive. Just to be like, you know, I've earned it.
Oh, roll through. Here we go. Tyler, 3. Oh, 2 count. Took too much time with that leg drop, and now we're in that next gear that we talked about with amateur wrestler Reese Hayes. David Lawless thought he would have him in his tendrils.
You could see it in his eyes.
Yes.
You could see it in his eyes. Thought he had one there. Just a bit outside.
Setting up for that leg drop, nothing there. Reese Hayes almost quickly getting one, and David Lawless knows how close this was for being Reese Hayes 1, David Lawless 0. Embley said, Toddy, thank you for the bad math and representation. Yeah, we're inclusive here. Duck under here. Oh, flank cross body!
Those cross bodies, that's a lot of person coming at you.
And the thing that Reese can look forward to is this audience motivating him to try again. David Lawless out there in a league of his own.
All of Dottie Block pulling for Reese Hayes tonight. Let's go, baby.
Sweating through my top up here. I don't know how you're doing. I'm
sweating through the Jaguars,
yeah,
baby.
dude. Yeah, dude. Duck under the clothesline, bounce against the ropes. Look at that. He certainly flies when he flies. I don't know what else to say.
Oh!
Standing moonsault. 2 count.
25 minutes into the match. Standing moonsault.
Oh, what's this? Oh, okay. I thought that was John. Oh, it is John.
Speak to the devil.
Tyler,
hey,
I'm sorry. I have to excuse
okay.
you. Some guy named John is here.
Hey,
we talked about this.
keep it warm for me.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Welcoming to the commentary position is author and professional wrestler, some guy named John. Put out this book, The Empty Tag Rope, and thank you for the $16 cash.
Oh, no problem. My publisher pays for everything. That is the life of a big-time author, and I'm
almost a big-time win there for a big-time pinfall by David Lawless.
How we all know Buddies Incorporated and their feelings on Reese Hayes, so I'm so excited to be here to talk about nothing else in this Ironman match, which coincidentally is coming out 6 days after the empty
small
tag.
package too. Oh, yeah. So the empty tag rope did beat this Ironman match to publishing by 6 days. Is
by
that what
6 days.
6 days. Okay.
And we have signings at every farmer's market across America.
Farmers
Abington,
markets.
Arlington, Bingington, Carrington, Dingington. Earrington.
Flarington?
No. That's a problematic county.
Sure, okay.
No flyovers there. But we are so excited to join you here, 880 Wrestling.
Yes.
We are proud to present our book and talk about it during this historic matchup.
Yes, we definitely will, based on the $16 you gave me, for sure. But amateur wrestler Reese Hayes and David Lawless out here to Dottie block, John.
They are on the outside there. I don't know if this is legal.
Well, it's the All-Stars here. The All-Star, Gannon Jones Jr.
And we know that Gannon Jones Jr. had a hand in training Reese Hayes.
We do know that.
All right, and supporting him on the outside. Reese Hayes belongs in that ring, like that real wrestler, David Lawless.
Well, I think David Lawless is looking for a count out here. Again, it is still 0-0 in this Iron Man match. Sadie cheering Reese Hayes along.
And, Reese Hayes used to being a 0, but, this must be weighing on Lawless.
I don't know if you can hear him, John, but Dottie Block is all cheering for Reese here, our former 880 champion.
Dottie Block is full of opinions.
Yeah.
And I don't give a damn about any of them.
Yeah. So how are the sales number of that book?
Astronomical. I couldn't buy a copy if I wanted to. That is how successful this book is. We are sold out at B. Dalton's, Borders, Walden's, every major book chain.
Barnes &
Sold
Noble?
out. We're getting to it.
Well, you hear our audience here. Lawless sucks. So if that's any reminder of who we want here. Oh, sunset flip here. Amateur wrestler got him down. 2. Oh, come on.
And that is the in-ring awareness that David Lawless brings to this match. Reese Hayes is used to just flash pinning anyone out of nowhere.
Sure.
But that doesn't work on Lawless. He's faced Reese before. He's lost to Reese before. I'm not going to lie about it.
He
but
has.
He's
lost a lot to Reese.
He knows how to adjust. He is a lawyer. He knows how to plan. And he has planned for this match.
2, and to your credit, John is on top right now. It is still 0-0 here.
On top, much like our book, The Empty Tag Rope. This is actually the highest performing novel of the week on Amazon.com in the 880 wrestling category.
Oh, okay. In the 880 wrestling category, this is the best book that's been released.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe it either.
Yeah. Huh.
Trust me, Detective Joe Murphy's journey in this novel puts Frodo to shame.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of something about Chapter 14 exactly, and that has been the controversial chapter of 880 Wrestling. Could you tell us a little bit what happens in Chapter 14?
It's the sex scene.
Yes, yeah, it is.
It's the sex scene.
It is.
And I only got as graphic as the audience demanded, okay?
Yeah.
And they're the people making it weird. There's nothing weird about the book itself.
I've seen a few tweets about that.
I think it is very vanilla.
Okay.
And it paints Joe Murphy, our detective, our lead of this novel, as a passionate lover as well as an excellent professional wrestler.
Well, be that as it may, on sale now, the empty tag rope and 880 Wrestling Mystery. But what's no mystery here is this Iron Man match between David Lawless and Reese
There is
Hayes.
30 minutes left in the match.
Certainly
30
nothing lovely.
minutes.
We are halfway home. This is Some Guy Named John. I am Toddy Tondera here. David Lawless, Reese Hayes. The winner of this Iron Man match depends on who has the most pinfalls or submissions in this hour. And so far, we're 30 minutes in and no falls. Big Inzaguri by David Lawless, Esquire. Leveling the playing field a little bit.
I thought he had it there.
The chat wanted to know if I was on the audible version of the empty tag rope.
No, but the book is available on Audible. I actually read the entire thing myself.
The entire thing himself, imagine
so
that.
This voice, this lovely voice, can read this entire novel.
And you can see
I can read. And don't listen to our audience here.
Well, speaking about our audience here, they are behind Reese Hayes as he's revving the engine once again. Shoulder to the post. Referee George Ross in there to check CL Graves there in close with the camera. And what is your business with the Dangerous Knights crew, might I ask with you, Some Guy Named John? What is your deal with the Dangerous Knights crew? I've seen you talked with Gianni. You've mentioned Gianni as a friend of yours.
They are nothing but an inspiration. When Buddies Inc. looks to people that have made it in this industry, we can't help but look at the Dangerous Knights crew.
Yeah. So kind of like the pack mentality, kind of January 6th vibe.
We are like-minded individuals, okay? All I will say is...
Like-minded individuals.
I was hired to 880 Wrestling during the David Lawless regime, and I do not forget that. David Lawless gave me an opportunity, not you, not Envy Young. We all take credit, but David Lawless ran 880 Wrestling when Some Guy Named John became a thing, and I will never forget that.
Well, I'll tell you what, John, you gave me an opportunity because I had a Panda Restaurant Chinese food down the block for dinner, so thank you for that $16. As we keep going here, Reese Hayes, arm being worked on by David Lawless. And David Lawless, as we've seen, he's brought out a new side of him. Unfortunately for the Dangerous Knights crew, they've been on the wrong side of the win-loss column, which I'm sure Buddies Inc. is very familiar with. But David Lawless wanted to bring out his best, he said tonight, challenge anyone in the 880 Wrestling locker room for an Iron Man match. Of course, one of his biggest rivals, Reese Hayes, replying to that. Why didn't you accept the challenge?
I have no problems with David Lawless. I would not want to face David Lawless, that beast in an Iron Man match. I don't know why Reese Hayes did. Maybe Reese Hayes should focus on the fact that the last time we saw him, he lost the 880 championship.
He did.
Reese Hayes is just looking for a way to become relevant again, and David Lawless is not going to let him pull that.
Well, what I would have to tell you, Some Guy Named John, is Reese Hayes isn't attempting to be relevant again. He's attempting to lock in again because he would have defeated Remy LeVay if it wasn't for the black sheep, Nick Wilde. The chat knows it. Everyone at 880 Wrestling knows it. So if anybody has to gain something back from this victory, it's David Lawless.
Let me posit a correction there. Reese Hayes lost his championship because Reese Hayes ignored his friends. A lesson that Buddies Inc. we don't do. Me and Joe Murphy, we have each other's back, but did Reese Hayes have Nick Wilde's back? No.
Some would argue yes. Some would argue yes.
Well, I think if that was actually true, Reese Hayes would still be wearing that title belt around his waist. But thankfully, Knicks, they make it look so good. We're in the best reality right now.
Well, our best reality is saying F you Lawless from our audience.
These people.
Don't look up here. Don't look up here, buddy.
We're looking at people that would chant your name, Toddy. I'm not surprised by any of their actions.
Well, they chant my name because I'm moderately likable. Up on the top rope here, right below the foxhole, David Lawless has amateur wrestler Reese Hayes teetering here. Oh
no.
Big boot back. Oh! What strength and power by David Lawless Esquire. I think Reese Hayes was going for a flying crossbody, caught him and threw him down with all his force. Still 0 pinfalls or victories in this match. 0-0.
That is 35 minutes into this match.
35 minutes.
Lawless is literally an Iron Man. Reese Hayes cannot get one over on him.
So who is the biggest Iron Man of the empty tag rope? Your, I guess, best-selling in the 880 wrestling category on Amazon. Who's the Iron Man?
It would have to be Joe Murphy, my best friend. Detective Joe Murphy is looking in this novel for the missing tag wrestlers of 880. And trust me, there are plenty.
Most of them aren't missing.
They were, but Joe found them.
Oh.
Had you seen the Brotherhood until last week?
I didn't get the DLC. Yeah, I didn't get the DLC on who is now found.
Joe Murphy is finding people every week. We still don't know where Tatiana is, and one day we will.
Big pile driver, Reese Hayes driving down David Lawless, and we certainly know where Tatiana is, but David Lawless, I don't know where
Lawless
he is right
missing
now.
some minutes after that one.
Yeah.
Oof.
Down on the top of his head. Let's see a replay there. Big pile driver.
And Lawless with the kick out.
Lonnie says Joe Murphy is a good detective name. Well, he's not a detective. Embly's out there saying Jamie Jameson's blood is still on the mat. Beautiful. Yes, it will be for maybe forever here. If nobody gets another mat, that'll be there forever. It is 0-0 in this Iron Man match. Reese Hayes 0, David Lawless 0 here on Thursday Night Fights, presented by 880 Wrestling. I'm here with some guy named John. I'm Toddy Tondera. Thank you so much for joining us. John is an author and professional wrestler, and here to discuss his book, The Empty Tag Rope, which we've got some information on. But right now, Reese Hayes is running amok here. Everything left in him, he's throwing at David Lawless. Wildflower special here. Big Bulldog, get the cover, buddy.
I don't want to see it.
What's going on here? There's the cover. Almost our pinfall here. Well, kind of looks like your time is kind of running out. I don't know. Do you have any cash on you?
I have no extra cash, but people,
Yeah.
David Lawless will win this match. You will buy my book.
All right, Tyler, come on.
Buddy's
back
Inc.
in
is
here.
great.
You
Don't need to hey, stop yanking that off.
You could just give it back to Tyler. Get John out of here. That's $16. See, John. Some guy named John. The book is The Empty Tag Rope. Okay, we will split that 16, dude. We will split that 16.
The cans have never been more moist.
Tyler Ray Kendrick joining us back here. Now, Reese Hayes was working on that knee that we saw him, that single leg crab, was able to win the World Series for 880 Wrestling, trying that single leg crab again, but this time David Lawless grabs the rope. It is still 0-0 in this match, Tyler.
It still is 0-0. I'm back on the cans. I gotta say, ever since some guy named John had these on, here we go.
2.
The cans smell like Cheetos, kombucha, and Joe Murphy's butthole.
Yeah, that's exactly what they would. Here comes Reese. This time slide tackle out. We saw that in the first chapter of the match. Was unsuccessful, but Reese Hayes, I mean, you could see the stress, the sweat on both of these competitors here with that slide tackle. Lawless is out. Look at the fan. The fan is even putting a fan.
With the fan. The fan with the fan.
Fan with a fan.
Fanception going down. This Iron Man match reminiscent. I watched several Iron Man matches in preparation for this, one of which Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels.
Best one.
Can't help but think that this is some sort of love letter to that with the ring gear that Lawless is rocking tonight.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but David Lawless is dressed a lot like Bret the Hitman Hart.
Canada's very own.
Uh-oh, Reese bouncing off the ropes here. Here comes that Cannonball Kid, Jesus! Oh, big forearm shot to the face of Reese Hayes. You could hear him.
I got to think that they equally took a piece of that.
No one has collected a pinfall or victory, just a collision in center field type vibe.
Oh, man. And we could hear the bodies slapping. Meat on meat.
Somebody said, what takes longer, the ref's countdown or subtracting 38 from 60? I'll tell you what, who knows? Who knows, really?
Yeah.
That's really cool that you dropped out of IUP. I'm proud of you for dropping out.
Thank you. Yeah, I realized that I had a bit bigger calling.
Yeah. I used to talk to people about going to college. That was my job in my 20s. Imagine that.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, uh-huh. Oh! Springboard up into the rope here, right in front of CL Graves in photo Christopher and regular Christopher.
You know, the poles are the hardest part of the ring. That's the hardest
Everyone
part.
knows that. Every single 100% of people say that.
That's the hardest part of the ring.
Yeah, the poles are. Lawless, of course, trying to catch his breath, laying flat out in the ring. Reese Hayes on the outside, struggling to get up here. We are under 20 minutes left. Thank you so much for joining us here on Dottie Block, here presently on Twitch, YouTube, IndyWrestling.us, TikTok, wherever you are, and also in the future, David Lawless versus Reese Hayes. Iron Man Tyler Ray Kendrick here with Toddy Tondera.
With a 6 count. 6 count here for the ref.
7. Could the first victory here be a count out? 8.
Come on, Reese. Pull it together, baby. Just in time.
Just in time. Just incredible. Reese Hayes survives. The audience applauds.
Lawless coming in to capitalize.
Again, every pinfall or submission or referee decision is a point at the end of the timer. Whoever has the most points wins this Iron Man match.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Lawless with a really good veteran.
Oh! We've seen that defeat many, including Cowpoke Paul for the title. 2 and 3. Oh, no! 2!
I know one thing. When whoever gets the first pinfall, this crowd is going to lose it. They're all pulling for Reese.
The leader of the Dangerous Knights crew, a little beside himself, that has put away some of 880 Wrestling's finest, but has not put away Reese Hayes, and this remains 0-0. Again, right on the back of the head there.
A part of David Lawless has to think that Reese Hayes may be the one that got away.
Well, after tonight, if Lawless is victorious, I think he's trapped.
Yep.
Is Reese Hayes. Oh. There we go.
Oh,
small package. 2 and 2 count. Of course, amateur wrestler Reese Hayes, part of the Steel City Killers, was once a part of the Wildflowers before Nick Wild stabbed him in the back. Now he is but bit of a lone wolf, no title, no friends, but the support of our audience.
Dastardly move.
And of course, David Lawless was once in control of 880 Wrestling, was once 880 champion. He passed that championship title down to Gianni Michael Enrico. But in recent months, the Dangerous Knights crew, who even knows what's happening to him?
Fractured.
Fred is gone. Fred will never return. Gianni Michael Enrico, who knows if he's here?
I saw Fred on Route 28 selling Biggie t-shirts.
Oh, yeah?
2 for $25.
Bit of a Pac fan myself.
Me too.
Lonnie Medina says both of these folks deserve tacos, and while you'll see at least one of these folks at Enjoy Wrestling's Taco Mania on Sunday. Oh. How about that for a taco? Big blockbuster there, Tyler.
Big capitalization there. High risk, high reward off the middle rope there.
Could Reese Hayes drape an arm over David Lawless for the
Come
cover
on, baby.
here?
A little bit further.
Come on.
There we go.
1, 2. foot on the rope.
On the rope.
These competitors can't even fully kick out at any point. It's muscle memory, and they're just putting an arm or a leg on a rope.
Their bodies have just been through it. It's 91 degrees in here right now.
Sean Anderson says, this is awesome. Crazy Wolf said, this match is effing great. Cannon in the chat. Hello, Cannon. Thank you for stopping by.
Oh, here we go.
Always love seeing you here, Cannon. There is that one-legged Boston Crab that we've seen David Lawless tap out from in the World Series.
Targeting
working
that
on
leg.
that knee. Yeah, you're exactly right. Oh, well, we're just grabbing ropes here. I think we need rope breaks off. Let's just get to it.
Yeah, rope breaks off. Move the sliders.
Tyler has at least 2 buttons unbuttoned. It's time to get rid of rope breaks.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I got my little taco meat out.
14.
Ooh, put on the brakes.
Just under 15 minutes left. No pinfalls. It is 0-0. Oh! And a big F your leg, which he's learned firsthand from MV Young.
Reese Hayes going deeper into that playbook.
Michael's out of here, right? He's gone? Yeah, he's not here? I don't think so. I don't think so. Gianni says, Toddy be like, Gianni, Michael, Enrico. Yeah, sometimes. Where are you at, dude? Gianni in the chat. I swear Gianni was here at some point. He's probably bowling. You know he's a bowler? You know Gianni bowls?
He's got magic fingers.
He can sing and he can
toes.
bowl, but I don't want him hanging out with me. Oh. Working on that leg, working on that knee. Amateur wrestler Reese Hayes breaking apart David Lawless part by part.
Working on those leg moves.
The Gianni Michael Enrico, thank you. Thank you. Facade the wrestler is here. Always great to see Facade hanging out.
Facade. I like Facade.
Yeah, Facade be chilling here a lot, just chilling.
Typically, I'm weary of white people with dreadlocks.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I like Facade.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a conflict of interest.
Catch-22.
Sure. Yeah.
Catch-22.
What happened to my pen?
A piece of it.
Yeah, what happened here? My pen broke.
Pen exploded from excitement up here.
Yeah, good thing I can't read or write. Or,
This will be over.
Yeah, this will be over here. In the ring now. Oh, over the shoulder.
Devastating move there by Reese Hayes. One more.
And again, we've seen technical knockout called by Gianni Michael Enrico, throwing the towel in after 14-16 Saito suplexes, which forced Gianni to throw in the towel for his brethren to call Reese Hayes the winner. But right now, I think Reese wants a victory. Reese wants a pinfall victory. Under 13 minutes left. Suplex after suplex, though.
Lawless favoring that left knee.
There's two. There's two.
He's calling a shot, reminiscent of the great Bambino.
Casey War in the chat, too. Casey, of course, a part of the original Steel City Killers. A friend of Reese Hayes. A friend of 880 Wrestling. I'm sure he'd love to see that third Saito here. Here's the cover. Lawless is out. Ugh, not quite out enough.
This crowd is getting, they're on the edge of their seat waiting for a pinfall for Reese Hayes.
Working on that knee once again. Two former 880 champions in there. One earned the championship, one kind of stole it. Of course, amateur wrestler Reese Hayes, our longest running 880 champion. That title currently held as the TNF championship with Nick's Wild now, and of course our main champion, Remy LeVay, the Black Hand Society. I'm used to seeing Peyton Graham-Cracker come up in the chat, but he's not hanging out tonight. Signaling for it, Tyler. Oh, signaling too much. Who said that?
That David Lawless is a cheeky bastard.
There's too many white dudes with buzz cuts and beards here. Oh!
Going back to the knee.
Reese.
Going back to the leg. Looking to capitalize.
1, 2. Oh, but unfortunately, working on that knee isn't working on the shoulders. To kick out there as we are approaching 10 minutes left in this Iron Man match. Tyler Ray Kendrick here with Toddy Tondera. Are you having fun on Thursday Night Fights?
TNT, baby.
Yeah.
TNT
Yeah,
up in
yeah,
the booth. T2, Judgment Day.
TRK all day, every day.
All day, every day.
Everyone says that, by the way.
They
everyone. You say TRK, everybody says all day, every day.
All
like,
day,
everyone
every day.
knows to say it. Like, he's going to bridge it out here. Our former champion locking it in. Come on, Reese. Make him tap, buddy.
And that rope is very far.
Make him tap, buddy.
Winching it in. Oh!
Did he poke him in the eye? I think he poked him in the eye,
That was an
Tyler.
eye poke. That was a bad eye poke.
Look at Lawless. His body hasn't moved a single centimeter since that hold has been broken.
He's got tricks up his sleeve. That eye poke was one of them. This is that time in the match. Dig deep.
Yep. 10 minutes left. Oh, I don't even think that Lawless could put pressure on that left knee anymore.
Heavily favoring.
Oh, God! Punitive damages for Reese Hayes. That rocked the crowd, and it also rocked amateur wrestler Reese Hayes. If so much stamina wasn't taken out of Lawless, he could make a quick cover, a quick three. He's going to make a cover anyway, and I think he's going to get it. No! 2 count. Tyler, I think if he was able to cover Reese Hayes sooner, we would have had our first
Absolutely, but that was a risk he had to take by taking such a risky maneuver on his knee, which he's been favoring. Let's see if he can put any pressure on it.
Punitive damages offered to Reese Hayes, but a delayed cover resulted in a kick out, and we are still locked at 0-0 in this Iron Man match.
Signaling to the crowd.
There we go.
Oh.
Single leg crab, sit on down. Sit on down.
The look of anguish on Lawless's face.
The 5'5", 170-pound Reese Hayes, 175 pounds, all on the back of Lawless. Come on. Oh, he didn't put enough weight down. You got to sit down on him. Goodness.
Pull him out to the middle of the ring, baby.
We were so close of getting the first point in Reese Hayes' corner, but a look of shock, a look of almost disgust here from Reese. What's he got to do?
Just a bit outside.
And we're not just a bit outside, and we're not just talking about the empty tag rope. Jeez, I'm glad John's out of here. Weird guy, right?
Weird man.
Really hard side part in 2024.
Drastic. Very drastic side part.
Back elbow shot from the gavel. And the gavel is used to going the test of time, of course. Not too long ago at Enjoy Wrestling, he was just in a cage match with Mr. Grimm. He said he said some crazy stuff put into his forehead. Oh God, no!
Oh, devastating.
A Lost Stone pile driver. Reese Hayes is out.
Where do you?
Look at this Lost Stone again. But again,
big move presented by Sidekick Media.
Tyler, Reese Hayes has been working on Lawless's left knee, and the pain of coming down on his own knee is what forced him not to make the cover fast enough.
That poor knee took a lot of the damage on that one.
We've seen several times in this matchup where Lawless could get the 3 count, but he's not fast enough to cover for it.
After this match, there's just going to be a picture of where his knee used to be.
Ooh. After a Lost Stone, Reese Hayes struggling, Lawless holding on to that knee. Both gutted and sweaty. We're sweaty up here. Just over 6 minutes left. Thank you so much for joining us here on Thursday Night Fights, whether it be in the building, online, or in the future. Tyler Ray Kendrick here with Toddy Tondera.
Thank you in the booth.
Thank you for joining, Tyler.
Of course, no, it's my pleasure. 6 minutes left in this Iron Man match. And the gavel, David Lawless, what's left of that knee seems to be held together with prayers, bubble gum, and paper clips.
We're all about prayers here, but not for the Dangerous Knights crew. We love praying up here. Can we get some prayer hands in the chat? We love praying.
Prayer hands all day.
Knee to knee here. Look, Tyler, these aren't even shots. They're just moving their body weight against each other.
That's right. Leaning on each other. You see the droplets of sweat coming off with each blow.
May Burrows says, some guy named John should have to pay for every time he's on the microphone. That's what I want.
Absolutely.
And look at that. The warrior spirit of T2T Pittsburgh's Reese Hayes there, slapping the chest of Lawless, and Lawless quickly getting out of dodge.
Oh. Taking one of those turnbuckles to the face. Not pretty.
Let's get these fans in front of Reese.
There are 5 minutes remaining in the match.
Five minutes remaining in Thursday Night Fights. Iron Man match between amateur wrestler Reese Hayes, who sits at 0, David Lawless, who sits at 0. And whoever has the most decisions after this 4+ minute countdown will be the victor. So far, no decisions. It's 0-0.
This is in football they would call it.
Oh, the power sit-out power bomb!
Cover.
Cover, here we go! 2, 3.
Oh! Still no points on the board. This is a defensive matchup.
It's all defense, and they say defense wins championships,
and
right?
it's the best offense.
It's a little bit of both, right?
A little bit of both.
Tupac family saying, God damn it.
Replay by Sidekick Media.
Big Jim Fridge just screaming up here.
Yeah.
Don Hollowell here. Regular size Don is here. That's nice. Scotty Swemba. A lot of familiar faces. Come out to Dottie Block. We love hanging out. Emily Fear is here.
Shout out to Emily Fear.
Oh! Big clothesline in the corner. Nicole M says, we're still scoreless. Something big's going to happen soon. Let's hope, and let's hope it's for Reese in 880 Wrestling and not this goofball guy. Oh, connecting.
Another bulldog.
What's Reese have in mind here? What's he looking for? Bouncing. Oh, my goodness!
Oh, no one home.
No one home on that moonsault. The athleticism, you were mentioned, Tyler, before. The athleticism of Reese Hayes.
This deep in the match is pretty impressive.
57 minutes in, at a blink, he could flip. At a blink.
At a blink.
2 former 880 champions. A lot more than just bragging rights on the line here to finish things off on Thursday Night Fights. Second rope. Oh! Big splash.
We got a first point here.
3. Oh,
no! 2.99.
And what happens with that, Tyler, is the fact that when Lawless jumped off that rope, he hit that knee on the canvas again.
He's got to figure out more moves that don't incorporate that knee so much.
Well, that's about my 11th Icy Light, I think. So we are just cooking here.
You're the Iron Man tonight.
I'm the Iron Man.
11 Icy Lights.
2 minutes remaining in the 60-minute Iron Man match.
Warning.
Everybody getting on to their feet. Amateur wrestler Reese Hayes, David Lawless here. Oh, drop toe hold.
Is he going to do it?
You can dial it up, Tyler.
Oh,
with the 4-1-2,
baby. 4-1-2.
Could Reese capitalize? He is slow to the top rope, climbing foot by foot. Lawless may not know where he is. Oh!
This old bag of tricks that David Lawless.
And that was my mistake, not knowing.
That cheeky bastard.
Getting hit in the Reese's Pieces again. David Lawless underneath us on the second rope here. I'm going to give a double middle finger to David Lawless. Come on, Reese. Oh!
Devastating
suplex, yeah.
There's 1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
less than
the heart
60
of a champion.
seconds. Seconds left. Reese Hayes sits down.
Middle of the ring, baby. Let's go.
Reese Hayes sits down with the single leg Boston Crab. We've seen Lawless tap out before to this in the World Series. Come on, Reese. You got to put pressure on him. Getting so frustrated up here, Tyler.
It's like the ropes are getting closer and closer each time.
15 seconds. Oh, low blow. Was that a low blow?
Low blow? Oh!
Sliding cutter. Guilty as charged.
No, not like this. No. Oh!
Wait a second. He rolls him up. Flash pin.
Oh!
Is that it? Did that make it in time?
That in time?
Here is your winner, amateur wrestler, Reese Hayes.
The sliding cutter, guilty as charged, implemented by David Lawless. But at the last second, a flash pin from amateur Reese Hayes gets him the 1-2-3, and amateur wrestler Reese Hayes wins this Iron Man match, Tyler.
I am in utter disbelief with that ending. I am speechless at the display these two competitors put on here tonight. What an ending.
From what I understand in my headset, our clock was a little fast here, but in the ring, there was time remaining on the clock, so this is official. Amateur wrestler Reese Hayes' return to 880 Wrestling is a big W.
What a return. What a return for the amateur wrestler.
Wow. David Lawless.
Ladies and gentlemen, David Lawless.
A showing of sportsmanship there.
Well, what a night it has been. We're sweaty. We're happy you're sweaty with us. It's been a hell of a summer for 880 Wrestling. The end of summer is always so sad. But it makes up for it for an amateur wrestler. Reese Hayes, Iron Man match win. Tyler, Ray, Kendrick, how was it being here?
Oh, it was amazing. This place is always on my to-do list. I love coming here. I love being a part of 880
wrestler Reese Hayes.
And what a big night for amateur wrestler Reese Hayes in 880 Wrestling here on Dottie Block.
I want to thank you, everybody who's been tuning in on the Chat Rat stream all summer. You got to come and check out 880 Wrestling. Thursday Night Fights ends with amateur wrestler Reese Hayes victorious. I'm Toddy Tondera. Get roached.